Hi there, this is Jennifer Bargerhuff, and I am giving you my personality assessment project for Dr. Hogan's class at Trinity College here in Florida. The personality assessment is 4 different tests that we were asked to take and to give our conclusions on, things that were negative and positive about the findings of the test. I started with the Myers-Briggs 4-question assessment and the Young's typology, and interestingly enough, I found that both had exactly the same conclusions. I am considered an ISFJ. I is for introvert. I enjoy peace. I need my recharge time. I'm a good listener. I tend to be shy. I enjoy having special occasions with just one person, which would be my husband, and I typically do rehearse things before I say them. The S part is the sensing part. I prefer to get specific answers to questions, and I prefer to have detailed instructions. I'm very frustrated when I don't get specific answers or instructions are not clear. Um, this is something that's very true about me, and I realize that I need to ask specific questions in order to get the answers that I'm looking for. I have a tendency to be more of a doer. I like tangible work, like before and after type things, and I think that seeing is believing. The feeling portion of this, F is for feeling. I have a tendency to put myself in other people's shoes. I overextend myself to meet other people's needs. I'm the one in the crowd that when the pastor says we need, I'm right in there waiting to hear what they need to see how I can fulfill that type of obligation. I enjoy providing services and I enjoy giving. So those are good things as long as they're in balance. But sometimes it does appear to be, I do appear to be a little bit wishy-washy. And I think that is because I over jump first in order to meet needs, and then I think about what it means later. Um, and the last part is the judging part. And this is typically somebody who's very organized, has a place for everything, and everything has a place. I keep a very tight schedule. I am a list giver. I like lists. I work by my lists all the time. The funny thing and not so good thing is that sometimes people perceive me as being angry when I'm not. I'm just very focused, and I'm very serious about what I do. So the good thing is that I am dependable, reliable, trustworthy. The not so good things is that I'm easily taken advantage of, um, and I have been considered a doormat on occasion. So the next one was the CVI test. This test was geared a little bit more towards corporate people, I think. It listed me as a banker and a builder, someone who uses knowledge and power. I don't really see myself in this light, but as I look through the details of it, I would say yes, these things do characterize me. One of them is that I like to look through eyes of justice and fairness. I like to know the facts in order to conserve resources. And I like to take action that creates positive results. Those things are very true about me. The banker part of it is that I focus on facts and not feelings. This helps me set the course for a low risk, reliable conclusion. I like that. And a good plan eliminates too many changes in chaos. And I will admit I don't like chaos. And the part that says messy equals testy is probably somewhat true about me. The secondary portion is the builder. And this is also true about me. I like to do things for the good. I like making plans that rely on my abilities and my self confidence. I'm not opposed to teamwork, and I do like teamwork, so that's the part that's I'm not so sure about. This evaluation being all about, who I really am. I do like good motivations, and I'm well intentioned, and I like to make positive differences. Interesting that this speaks about somebody being a direct speaker, and I can be that, but sometimes I see that as a fault, and I might need to back off a little bit and be a little more gentle at times. The next questionnaire was called the DISC personality test. It said that I'm supportive, cautious, and dominant. Um, This does describe me. I like to be helpful, kind, problem solving, and careful. I am people oriented, but sometimes more task oriented. This made me think of my old friend Leo Buscaglia, who said people first, things second, and I try to live by that rather than my task oriented self. I can be outgoing and reserved, but I think we can all be that way. I do like to accomplish things while being considerate of others. I'm very aware of what's happening around me. And I prefer the role of like the backstage person, but if I need to get in there and get things done, I can also do that too. And the last test was the Big Five personality test. This one was really good because it gave percentages, and I like percentages. They help me weigh things quickly. As far as being open minded, it said I was 42% open minded, which means I'm a little bit more down to earth and conventional rather than looking for original or complex ideas. 91%, I was conscientious. I like that, and I believe that is true about me. I'm pretty organized, and I think I'm reliable. Um, Extroversion is a little bit lower, 34%, which is true because I have a tendency, like other tests said, to be shy and to shy away from social situations. As far as being agreeable, this was 40%, which I thought was okay. I'm neither extremely forgiving or irritable. All good. The last one was negative emotionality. Very low score of 28%. And in this case, I think the low score is the better score because it means I'm relaxed and calm and have a little bit more of a secure sort of demeanor, which I think is all good. So this project was really interesting. I liked doing the 5 different tests. I thought it was great that overall they did match up and were similar to each other. The results of each test were similar to other tests. I found out a few things new about myself, areas that I need to improve in, and I was glad to see that some of the strengths that I've always had are still there and in working order.